Hey, Scandal Squad, welcome back to the channel, Celebrity Scandalous. Can somebody drop a comment just to let me know? Drop a one, that's what they say. Drop a one if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me, please. Please, just let me know if you can hear me before I get started. Okay, because I think you can. I think you can. Anyway, we're back tonight talking about Jay-Z. And y'all know how I feel. I'm sensitive about my shit. So be gentle with me, okay? Until I get this whole live thing down. You know, I don't like to do lives. But anyway, so y'all, let's talk about some of the stuff some new developments in the whole situation with Jay-Z and Diddy. And one of the new things that has come up, I think Jay-Z is going to be possibly facing some charges. I think these things that are coming out in the media are going to be problematic for him. And the first thing is Rymir Satterthwaite. His case is starting to be taken serious. More and more people. Hey, Chris, how you doing? Thanks for joining tonight. I think more and more people, mainstream media, they're paying attention to this lawsuit, the one where Rymir is saying that Jay-Z is his dad and that, well, allegedly that he thinks that Jay-Z may be his father. And the fact that if he is, that he got his mom pregnant when she was underage. And then there are more things coming out. Gene Deal did a video over the weekend. Hey, good. Happy holidays to you too, sweetie. Looking forward to it. Just y'all let somebody know tomorrow. Well, Christmas Eve. I think tomorrow's Christmas Eve. I'm going to be doing a $50 giveaway to I would like to give it to a mom who has children or something, just as a Christmas gift. So tell your friends to log on. If they're not subscribed, tell them to go ahead and subscribe, because I'm going to be doing just a little cash app tomorrow, just to say thank you to the people, to my subscribers and people that have been supporting me. So let everybody know. But yeah, I feel like, with this. Wait a minute. So Chris is saying, I heard the feds are trying to get involved to have Jay-Z take that. If you have been watching my videos as of the last couple of weeks, I have been saying that there's just no way, especially since Busby has entered the building, that they're not going to be looking at this whole case. See, y'all, I just be all over the board. I gotta let me center myself. Okay, the same way Diddy, when it started with Diddy and it was the Cassie lawsuit, and then all of a sudden people started coming out of the woodworks, and hence the indictment. I feel like it's the same thing that's going to happen with Jay-Z. At first, Jay-Z was named to this case. And first of all, we know that all of these things that we're talking about now, the feds have already got wind of his shenanigans over the years, because they always watch celebrities. And Busby, when he named Jay-Z, I'm sure he has intel and information about Jay-Z's, history with young women and everything. Who doesn't know that? I mean, if you are an attorney in this case, I'm sure he's done his due diligence. Not that Busby would do the research, but the legal assistants, the paralegals. So all of this, none of this is new to them, right? And now with the Satterthwaite, with Rymir's case, it would give the feds a probable cause to continue to start to probe and look into, well, are these allegations real? And the reason that I feel like Jay-Z is giving it life when he probably should have just taken that DNA test years ago, because maybe they would have settled it. Rymir would have either got money or just the acknowledgement that he's Jay-Z's son, and then it would be laid to rest. But now, because of all of these allegations that are being levied against him, it's going to be hard for him not to answer it. Not only is Rymir saying that, Jay-Z is his dad and doesn't want to take the DNA test, he's also alleging that there was some corruption involved and that Jay-Z was able to block it, that, him getting the paternity test, that they did some illegal things. The system did some illegal things against him. So now this is going to be a problem. I don't think it's going away, but let's go back and listen to a couple things. We're going to listen to Rymir, and we're going to listen to this gentleman. His name is Ochino, and he used to be a rapper with Rockefeller, under Jay-Z, and he agrees that Jay-Z may be Rymir's dad. So those are two pieces of it, and that's somebody who knows Jay-Z. So let's take a listen. So let me get to where I need to be. Oh, thank you. I always have giveaways. I don't do them as frequently because I don't be doing this lives, and I haven't been as consistent, but I'm trying to be consistent. But yeah, I just want to give back and say thank you. I have been blessed. My daughter's grown, but I know how it is for some mothers with you have children around the holidays, people get depressed, all sorts of things. So it's just my way of saying thank you, giving back. God has blessed me. I should be able to help somebody else. So let me get to where I need to be. Let's see. Hold on, you guys. I'm going here. I'm gonna make this big, and then let's see. Okay, y'all. I forgot how to listen. Let me try to. And let me just say this. This video is from Vlad TV. So actually, let me just play it because you can't share Vlad stuff. You'll get a copyright. So I'm just gonna play it.
I think it's the girl like Tasha K. She got a Jay-Z son on there. Oh, his alleged son? No. If you talk to him personally, that's his son. You think that's his son? Yeah. You know what I think his son? First of all, Jay-Z offered them money. At first, he offered them bread, like, and everything, but his aunt, this is like this caretaker didn't like approve of it. She said no. Jay-Z got a lien on her house, all type of shit that was going on. Yeah, the lady put up paperwork and everything with his name on it and all that. I mean, but young boy's so thorough though. He just wanted dad.
Always having some technical difficulties.
I think it's the girl like Tasha K. She got a Jay-Z son on there. Oh, his alleged son? No. If you talk to him personally, that's his son. You think that's his son? Yeah. You know what I think his son? First of all, Jay-Z offered them money. At first, he offered them bread, like, and everything, but his aunt, this is like this caretaker didn't like approve of it. She said no. Jay-Z got a lien on her house, all type of shit that was going on. Yeah, the lady put up paperwork and everything with his name on it and all that. I mean, but young boy's so thorough though. He just wanted dad.
Okay, so that is the guy who the rapper that was with Jay-Z, and he is saying that he believes that Jay-Z is his dad and that Rymir contacted him. And let me see. You guys, I'm not happy with how that's playing, and I don't know why. So I'm just gonna let me see.
I feel like eternity. I was fucking dead.
And that's crazy that Vlad is saying, oh, like he didn't know. Vlad knows everything when it comes to these celebrities with these rappers and stuff. Vlad clearly knows yeah, I'm sure he knows about this case. He knew about it before he even had the man on his show. I'm sure he fully vetted him. But yeah, anyway, he was saying that that he has talked to Rymir and that he believes that that Jay-Z is his dad. And he also talks about the fact that there may have been that allegedly Jay-Z may have offered him some money at one point, but that Rymir's godmother did not want to accept the money. So I don't know how true that is, but for him to come on record and to state that at some point, like I always say, everything that these people are saying publicly in these interviews, they can be subpoenaed the same way that guy was. I forget his name, the one who was going head to head with Jaguar Wright, who had the allegedly had the book. I forget his name. If you guys remember it, you can put it in the chat. But anything that you say, like, you can be asked, you can be subpoenaed, you will have to go to court, and you can testify to that. So if these people are lying, it's just crazy. Why would they even do that? But then let's listen to Rymir. And again, we can't play things because of copyright. I want to play Rymir talking about his case against Jay-Z and his support of the victims. So let's see. Okay, you guys, I'm trying to skip this ad.
Him. I mean, did that come into your thoughts about?
Well, I feel like right now I feel like I got a bigger fight. This is part of my life, so I won't stop fighting for the paternity or anything else. Whatever I put my mind to, I fully go. I was hoping that it wasn't true, but if it is, honestly, you cannot do things like that. You will get what you deserve. I don't know what them guys was thinking. I don't know what he was thinking. If it's true, only he can respond and get himself out of this.
So hopefully you can see what's on the screen now. Let's see.
Jay-Z is not a defendant on this, although he's named multiple times in that. What you're seeking now is accountability from the court because you believe that he used his power and money to influence their decisions. Is that correct?
Yes, I do believe that. And no one has coming out and said, anything to go against my claim. So I'm like, everyone knows that it's many courtrooms that it has people in it that's not doing their job or it's not doing the correct thing. We can't say that everyone's that working in our government systems are always doing the correct thing and don't make mistakes. What I'm saying is you guys got to be held accountable if you are at these high levels and we go into these courtrooms and all Americans and everyone around the world are paying their tax dollars everywhere. And you can't even go in there and get a fair due process. These guys are making laws and making loopholes for themselves. Like basically, they got laws, but it's also loopholes that they can get around laws. There shouldn't even be loopholes to get around certain things. So it's like we really need to fix a lot of things that's going on in these courts. We really do.
I gotta stop. I gotta pause him for a second and say thanks to Chris and welcome Bring the Mess TV. For those of you that are in the chat, go subscribe to her channel. But I appreciate you guys because I am stumbling through this because you guys know this is something I don't like to do. So I'm trying to train myself. So I be flubbing up. So I appreciate um, when you guys help me along. I really do. Because I'm gonna get better at it. I'm gonna get better. Anything in life that you do, if you just got to do it. So, but anyway, thank you, Chris.
And so this has gone beyond you trying to get a paternity test to find out if he's your
way
dad.
beyond. Way beyond. I feel like right now I feel like I got a bigger fight. This is part of my life, so I won't stop fighting for the paternity or anything else. Whatever I put my mind to, I fully go and I chase like I want to say it's a dream, but I get my job done. And long as I got the truth and respect at the end of the day, I'm not asking for respect from anyone, but as long as you guys I can go in the courtroom and get a fair due process to get the truth and get treated like everyone else, I'm cool with that. I'm not asking for much. I'm not really not asking for much. I'm just asking them guys to do their job, and what's so hard about that?
And would you still want Jay-Z to take a paternity test?
I mean, I would, but that would have to be his choice. I can't force anyone to take a paternity test. I'm going to still live my life, take care of my family, and do everything I got to do for myself and, for my family, and just continue to help others in the world like I've been doing for us.
Now, you guys know we have to stop just because of the copyright issues. But he's made a comment right there. He said he can't force anybody to take a paternity test. And I don't believe that is actually false. If the courts are involved, the judge can order Jay-Z to take a paternity test. And if there is a criminal case where he's able to sue on behalf of his mom, which I've been hearing stories or rumors that he is suing on behalf of his mother, that he can force them to take the DNA test. So
kids in my community, it's I say it's a bigger picture than just a paternity test. I would love to find out who my father is, but at the end of the day, I am getting support from others around the world, and they've been very helpful, the fan base and everyone. All you guys have been real helpful and just helped me grow. So, I would, but I'm still going to push forward and live my life regardless.
And there was parts of that lawsuit that it goes into in the lawsuit that really, really shows how much emotional stress and physical stress this has put both you and your godmother, Lily, under. Can you just explain a little bit about that and the kind of toll it's taken on you, this whole case?
Well, I would say it's been a lot going on, but I don't really try to look at none of the negative. I can't say it's from anyone, but it has been a lot of weird things going on. But I continue to fight and move forward. I can't be scared of anything or afraid of anything. I got a family to take care of, and I got a lot of people that's looking up to me. So I just honestly I think about my mom a lot, so she be with me a lot. So that's my angel right there. So I move.
So he's saying that he doesn't want anything from Jay-Z. At this point, I've always said that I believe he's entitled to know who his dad is. But do you guys think that he's just doing it because now it's shifted from him saying he just wants to know who his dad is to also stating that he feels like there's some injustice in the courts because Jay-Z has lied and has been able, to pull strings and to stop him from, to circumvent the process legally. So do you guys think that it's really just because he wants to know who his dad is, which is his legacy, or could it be a money grab, or, I really want to know
what
what
the day with a lot of love, and I, even with the negative that's going on, I really don't. I tend to block it out. So it's like it's happening to me, but it happens like it happened the day before yesterday, and I'll let a day go past. Like I won't say I forgot about it, but it's out of my mind because I'm not trying to sit there and think about all these negative things that could be coming towards me or just happening just because.
And let's talk about the rape allegations against Mr. Carter. How did you feel when you...
Okay, Chris, so you said he should be paid for his pain, and I agree with you. But okay, y'all, think about this, because I was thinking about this. If it turns out, let's say that they rule that Jay-Z does have to take this paternity test, right? Do you think, because we know that all these catch and kills, do you guys think that he would take the money under the table? Because they said that guy Oshino said that Jay-Z had offered him money previously. But let's say this moves forward and he finds out that maybe he really is Jay-Z's son. Do y'all think he would take a payout for some millions to just be quiet and make this go away? I mean, honestly, I feel like he would. I ain't gonna lie.
read those allegations?
I was a little confused. I was lost. I didn't. I mean, it was. I was hoping that it wasn't true, but if it is, honestly, you cannot do things like that. You will get what you deserve. No one should ever be touching any underage kids or doing anything with any underage kids. The kids are our world. Like, I love kids to death. I love our teens. They are our world. So it's like, when you can do things like that, it's just sickening and crazy. So I would hope, these allegations will come out different, but if they not, and he did do these things, he will get what he really will get what he deserves.
We know that your mother was only 16 when she hooked up with him. I mean, did that come into your thoughts about, whether she may have been, we will never know, so this is purely speculation, but whether she may have been preyed upon if he is a man that would do this kind of thing?
Yeah, it came in my thought, but I wouldn't really know. I would hope. Like, I mean, I don't understand. I mean, guys like an old, like younger woman and kids. I wouldn't even say younger woman, but kids, and it's crazy to me. But I don't know what them guys was thinking. I don't know what he was thinking. If it's true, only he can respond.
So, Bring the Mess TV was saying that he knows that the public wouldn't allow Jay-Z not to give him anything. I agree with that. That's why I don't know that we'll ever really know the truth. I mean, and people be like said, well, it ain't none of your business anyway. But I just feel like in this case, even if he gets his justice that he wants, unless Jay-Z is so defiant, or maybe, some charges are brought against him. Well, I mean, the only way we would know is if they did the DNA and it turns out that that is his dad, and she was 15 or 16 when she got pregnant. And if in the states or wherever he got her pregnant, if that's illegal in that state, then we would know. Other than that, I feel like we're never really going to know the truth, because Rymir might be tempted to take a settlement. Chris says, yep, I think he would. It would be in Jay-Z's best interest to do that with this lawsuit. However, I would prefer the truth come out. I know we all just want to we want to know, but see, that's how Diddy got arrogant, right? He should have settled with Cassie long before it got to the public if he wanted to save himself. So at this point, I don't know. If he's forced to take it and then it's a yes, then it may be out of his hands. Because if his mom was underage and if she was 15, then that really would be out of his hands. Then it's like the train has left the station. It's not going to be nothing Jay-Z.
Fine and get himself out of this. So it's like, if you didn't do it, it should be easy for you to come out and get this over with. But if you did do it, you're going to see a whole lot that he's going to be trying to block, I would say, or don't say nothing at all.
And what would your ideal outcome be?
Just getting the truth. We just want the truth. You guys didn't drag this out for years and years. You haven't been giving us fair due process. What was the reason? What was can you guys explain? You guys caused us harm. You caused us stress. It's been ongoing battle. I'm not complaining. I'm just explaining things that we've been going throughout these years, and we still stay level headed and calm and just try to do what was best for us and the community. We never been trying to hurt anyone and trying to even no court systems and none of that. We only came in here to find out the truth, and it's been so much that's happened throughout a 10-year period of time, and it's more. This is that we 13, 14 years into a case
That could have been stopped from the get-go if he had just taken a paternity test.
Yes, and we all knows that no one wants this on their name, and I understand that. That's why we was trying to do it private. We did, as I said before, letters and all.
At this point, I swear Jay-Z is an idiot. I don't mean to say it like that, y'all, because he ain't no idiot. He done 10 times, tenfold more in his life than I've done with mine. But why wouldn't you just do it? Like, if he's not your son, just like his son said, unless you're trying to hide something. So it really does make him look guilty. I mean, it really does seem suspicious at this point.
Before we even try to really take it to court and make it get this big, it was my mom. She just wanted the truth, but my godmom was always supportive, and as soon as my godmom helped, it seemed like they just start using everything that they could to just block it. So it's like, that's wrong. We all know that's wrong. We don't know how many judges is doing this in the world right now, or what's going on, honestly. But I just want y'all to be enlightened, even if nothing happens, if you never take the test or we never get this case settled. I just want the world to know that don't go in the courtroom just fully trusting the judges and the lawyers and think that they're always for you when they're trying to find out the truth, because some are not. Right. Some care about the truth.
Both of y'all have some good points. Now, she has daughters, and the Blue is about the same age as the young lady, of the age of the woman who was claiming he did to her at 13. I'm just going to say, I know this is not a popular opinion. I don't believe Jay-Z necessarily did that to the 13-year-old. I do believe that Jay-Z doesn't have a problem dating underage women and probably has been involved with some. But that particular case, until we get better evidence, it's just right now, I don't think that it's a real story. I mean, that it's a real case. I could be wrong. I do think that he's done other things, but that one, I don't think. That's just me. Now, and what Chris said, stay and married means she doesn't have to testify against him. I didn't think of that. That's a good point. I did not think of that. But so here's the thing. If he's possibly going to be facing an indictment like Diddy, don't you think that those companies, like all of the liquor companies that they're dealing with, those Louis Vuittons, all of those brands, the companies that they're brand ambassadors for, Tiffany and Company, don't you think they're going to damn near force her hand? Like, I don't even know if she's going to have, because remember, a lot of it, they don't really have control over their lives as much as people think that they do. So do you think she's going to have a choice? I feel like they're damn near going to force her. Imagine having 2 kids with one. Oh my God. That, and Beyonce has had such a curated, perfect image. This is almost just the worst. Like, you could think of a lot of people who will be like, that's pretty bad. But Beyonce has worked so hard to have this perfect image. That's why it's just so crazy. Allegedly, the other daughter has been paid off and lives in Maryland in a house. Yeah, I heard that on Storm Monroe. Storm Monroe is the first person I heard say that. So, generally he gets information, because he's plugged in. So I believe it could be true. I'm talking about his mom. I believe the other girl was a lie. Yes. Yeah. I agree with you bringing the mess. I think that Rymir is pretty on point because he's been doing this for 10 years. So let's just get it over with, take the test. But now Jay-Z's hands are tied, y'all. If he does, and it proves that this girl, that that he's the dad, he's toast. I mean, it's nothing he can really do at this point. I mean, I don't know. The best thing he could do is probably take a flight over to Bali with Russell Simmons and be done. I heard they are already backing away. Yeah, they are. So okay, I'm gonna try to get through this, and then I'll circle back to what you just said.
Some just want to do what they want because they can, and that goes for some lawyers too.
Back to the girl who's made the allegations against Jay-Z, the female. We don't know who she is. We don't know yet if it's true or not, but it takes a lot to come out with a allegation like that. But if she starts coming up against the legal tactics that you guys have experienced, what would you say to her? Would you advise her to keep on fighting?
Yeah, I mean, we would probably, we'd stand behind anybody that's getting bullied. We a helping hand always help. Anything she needs from our side or our team, we're there for her. So we've been going through a fight with, lawyers and these judges and, high celebrity cases and stuff for years. So I can tell you it's been a fight, but don't give up. A fight is always going to be a fight. You don't always win a fight, but you always get up and try again. And, it's not the end of the world.
If you could just now, was it 14 years after this all started, just talk man to man with Jay-Z, privately, what would you say to him?
Honestly, that would just still be me. I would say, we could have talked a long time ago and probably got this taken care of. I never had no hard feelings against you or anything like that. Just wanted to know the truth. And it just seemed like, now my mom's not here. It just gave me a more, like it just pushed the fight into me way more, just knowing the lovable person she was and everything she did just to have me be the person I am today. Like, she really tried her best. She struggled. She did it all for us. So I'm like, we could have got this taken care of. And if it was wrong, it was wrong. If it was right, still no hard feelings. We can be, we can grow, have a relationship if you wanted that. But if you didn't, I'm still gonna be the man I am. But I wasn't hating, I would say this is all craziness that it took all this time. And I understand you probably got your reasons, people say you probably got a lot of people chasing after him saying, oh, he's your son, and a lot of celebrities got this going on, but I'm not one of them. I'm really not trying to chase you to get no fame off you or no money. I don't want anything from you. I always said this, and I haven't taken anything from nobody. As I've been doing interviews, I haven't gotten anything from anyone. I talk and I give you the raw cut. I don't have no paper in front of me. I'm not reading off no teleprompt or anything like that. So I'm giving you the real me. And I would just hope that he would just hear me. That's it. Hear me and just know that this never had to happen. We could have been got this over with. I never had to go this far.
Is that what you believe, Rymir, that the reason he didn't do the test in the first place is because he's afraid?
I think he got some type of, thought in his mind that, this got some type of truth to it, or he's obviously, I just wouldn't know. Honestly, I can't speak for another man, but I would think that what's going on. We've been fighting for this for years, and obviously, like, you could have got this taken care of. It's like we've been doing all the correct things, and I'm pretty sure that this came across you a couple times, and you just basically just brushed it to the side. I wouldn't know, but it seems like it just been brushed to the side because we still in it.
So the U.S. Sun has reached out to the representatives for Jay-Z about Rymir's allegations, but have not received a reply. The New Jersey judiciary system said they would not comment on the pending litigation. So his litigation is still going forward, and that's a good thing. So back to the point that that Chris made earlier, that you've heard that the companies are backing away. So yes, I've also read some stories that I think it's Louis Vuitton, the liquor companies, and bigger brands like the European brands are starting to pull out, and that they don't necessarily want him representing their company. But as of this weekend, there's some new articles, okay, because you guys know the NFL came forward and said, oh, we're supporting him, we're going to ride it out until they get some more substantial evidence or information. Well, now I don't have all of the details because I just skimmed this article, but apparently, you know, the whole thing that Beyonce and Blue did with Disney for the Mufasa, the premiere and everything. Apparently, the Mufasa movie, the sales were not as good as they had anticipated. I mean, Disney movies always do good, right? So because the numbers were lower than they anticipated, and some other like kid movies that came out, you know how they have the Thanksgiving through the Christmas holidays where they get the parents' money. I'm sure if you guys are mothers, y'all remember that. There were other movies that weren't slated to do as well, other kid movies. They are blaming Jay-Z. The fact that, remember when he showed up to the red carpet the same day that the allegations came out? Well, they was like, this did, which I said the same thing. Why the hell would he show up? I know they want to put up a united front, right? But Disney, Mufasa, this is for children. With allegations like that, your face don't need to be nowhere near, you know, nothing for children. It's not family oriented. So apparently it has backfired. And now this is threatening Beyonce and Blue's association with the Disney company, because I think they were slated to do some more projects. Because you guys remember Beyonce had done, who did she play? Whatever, I forget her name. Nyla. My daughter used to watch that. We used to, of course, we all used to watch Mufasa and that Disney movie, right? But apparently Jay-Z, because Beyonce and Blue have a contract with the Disney, Jay-Z is part of the package as well too, because he's always been part of Beyonce's management team and he's guided her career. So it's sort of like at this point he's starting to tank her stuff. Like Chris was saying that he was instrumental in getting her career off the ground and all this stuff like that. She wasn't popping until Jay-Z, you know, got involved. Well, now it's starting to backfire because they want his ASS up out the picture. Let's see, leaving the man that helped you get where you are when he could have done dirty-ish to help you get where you are. If he goes down, she could easily. Well, you know, and that's another thing. They're saying that how much did Beyonce know, right? She's just getting drug in it, you know, just by guilt by association, unfortunately. And it is her husband, and their assets are, a lot of their assets are combined. And people are even stating that Jay-Z has a really tight contract with Beyonce, even though they're married, but that her management and contract stuff, that he's all through those contracts and she let him do it. So I don't want to say, I know that's her husband, but you know how people say she a little bit screwed? To some degree, she might be a little bit screwed when it comes to that. Because how do you uncommingle all of that stuff that they have together? Real talk at Bring the Mess TV. I'm old enough to remember when no one really liked Beyonce and was getting booed. I don't remember that, y'all, because my daughter was born in 2000, which is right when Destiny's Child was on the come up. So I probably was like crazy doing mommy stuff. When was Beyonce getting booed, y'all? I don't remember. Give me a year, or like if y'all could give me a like a album or time, because I just remember I'm a survivor. I just remember them being popping. I don't remember Beyonce having a rough time of it. Not saying that she didn't, but I probably missed some of that. But I want you guys to hear this thing. So y'all just heard Rymir talking about, and I'm also gonna follow the chat too. But y'all heard Rymir talking about Jay-Z. Now this guy, Ashino, and thanks Chris for telling me, because y'all, I thought I was playing it. This guy used to be signed to Rockefeller, so he knows Jay-Z and he kind of knows the history. Rymir reached out to him, and so let's listen to what he has to say. But now I gotta hide this because Vlad don't like you using his stuff. So this is from Vlad TV, and I'm gonna share it. Let me see. Okay, so listen to this guy talk about what he thinks about it.
I said he got bought. What he did sounds like he dissed him. Or was it Fat Joe? It was a Big Pun, I think. Was it Big Pun? No, I mean, How to Rob dissed everybody.
I remember one person he dissed, like, I think it was Big Pun or Fat Joe. Somebody, I'm like, that ain't this.
It was Big Pun. He said, Rob Pun without a gun. Grab his piece and run.
Yeah,
You're weighing 400 pounds. They gonna catch me, son.
Yeah. Yo, that shit was catchy to come on like that. But 50 Cent got one song that he got that's like one of my favorite all-time songs, called Mini Men. That Mini Men song, that shit like that. I played Mini Men so much, my son was too little to really be able to talk, but he knew how to sing Mini Men song. That's how much I played it. He knew every word to Mini Men. And Akon, I'm locked up before he could even really could talk. You mean?
Well, you got offered to be on Piers Morgan's show.
Yeah.
When they were talking about Diddy, but you actually turned him down.
I turned him down.
You know, and I've done Piers Morgan, I don't know, like 4 or 5 times now.
I just feel like I didn't want to go in there talking about Diddy because I don't know Diddy personally, and I was like, man. But that's my first. I just did what first thing came to my mind. Like, no, I don't even know Diddy. What I'm gonna say? Like, you know what I mean? So, whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
but the fact that they even knew me, I'm like, y'all know me on the show.
They probably watch. Well, they watch Vlad TV, so they probably see you on my show. So you know. I mean, that's probably how it happened. A lot of people on my show.
But did you see? I think the girl like Tasha K. She got a joint Jay-Z son on there.
Oh, his alleged son?
No. If you talk to him personally, that's his son.
You think that's his son?
Yeah. You know what I think his son? First of all, Jay-Z offered him money. At first, he offered him bread, like and everything. But his aunt, this is like his caretaker, didn't like approve of it. She said no. Jay-Z got a lien on her house, all type of shit that was going on. Yeah, the lady put up paperwork and everything with his name on it and all that. I mean. But young boy's so thorough though. He just want a dad. He not trying to get no money. He not trying to do none of that. I mean, that's why. So I told him when he called me 2 years ago, I said, listen, I don't want to be the one to tell your story because they're gonna think I'm trying to catch rep off of it. So let me let you tell your story somewhere else first. I mean, then I could talk about it. But he called me like 2 years ago, telling me like, I said, oh, young boy. He's like, I just want a dad. I don't want no money. I'm already 18. I think he was like 20 something at the time. I mean, but something happened to him, and I was like, yo, that sounds kind of weird. He said he was coming out from work, going to work. And it was a gun in his car. Like when he opened the door, he seen the gun. He said he went to go like call his man, like, yo, did you leave a gun in my car? His man's like, no. He said, why you on the phone talking to his man? The cops pull up and lock him up. He said, he's telling the cops, no, that's not my gun. He's like, so he went in the building he was in and they seen that somebody pulled up and put the guns in his car. Oh. And pulled off. I said, bro, I don't know nobody in the hood that got guns to just waste like that to do that. I don't know what. He's like, yeah, so like Jay-Z had a gag order against him, like trying to get a gag order and trying to. If my thing is, if this is not my son, I'll just take a test, get over with. Yeah. I mean, the fact that you did dodge it and whatever, to me, I don't know. I think his mom was underage or something when he was born. So I think that's probably, I think that's probably part of it.
Yeah.
But like I said, again, it's not the same as now.
But is his mom still alive?
No, she died. She died. Huh. She was 15 when she had him.
Oh.
Now, y'all know Vlad is fake as F for that. He knows good and well before he had that man on his show, what's up with Rymir and his mother and stuff. So he's like, oh, is the mom alive? Oh, like Vlad, you knew exactly what time it is. Okay, so we left off with me saying I didn't know when Beyonce had been booed, but that guy right there, he believes that it's his son, and so you got more people starting to come out against Jay-Z, people that really wouldn't talk before. So I feel like it's starting to look bad for Jay-Z. Blame Beyonce's horrible acting. Are you okay? Now I do remember some of the movies. I do remember some of the movies she was in. Wasn't she in Cadillac? She was in Cadillac, and I know she played one where it was like a gospel movie. But yeah, her acting skills, subpar. Okay, but no one is going out to the movies anymore like that. That's true. Yeah, after COVID, we were pretty much watching the movies at home, right? Online. Beyonce is a bad actor. Yeah, that's not her forte. That's not her gift. At all, right? Bring the Mess TV. You don't like her? I don't have an issue with her per se. I mean, I think she's talented, but the more, I started delving into her history, I started finding out that she may be a little bit more shady than I thought. Some of the things that she may have done with Jay-Z to some other female performers. Girl, her and DC got booed up one time accepting an award, and they edited out. What? Oh, really? Oh, Destiny Child. Okay. I got to be a little bit faster. I didn't know that. Yeah, I'm sure they edited out a lot. Usher was was there giving them the word. Okay, I'm gonna look it up on YouTube. You know, I'll be having to find stuff. I'll go back and look because I'll be like, I'm FOMO, as they say, fear of missing out. I be watching everything. Like, what happened? That's how come I can't get my content out. I be watching everybody else. She stole Sierra and the other girl's spot, and they really forced her on us. Yeah, everybody says Tia Marie as well, and some others. I just always thought she was the nice girl. You know, I guess I'm gullible like that. Bring the Mess TV. Listen, Vlad used to date one of my friends, and I've met him before. And yes, you're right. I do know. Let's see. Hopefully I can find it, but knowing her team, and that's another, people don't believe it, but they scrub a lot of stuff from the internet. There was one video that I did about, I was doing on Diddy being infatuated with Quincy, because I always feel like I feel like Diddy probably touched Quincy at some point. I just believe it in my soul, just the way he presents. And so there's a Quincy did, and if you guys go back, if you search it on Lipstick Alley, you'll see that there was a video where Quincy talks about people were questioning him. He was at a radio station and people were questioning Quincy about why Diddy was kissing him on the lips. Why did he kiss him on the lips? And so I was trying to find the video. So, you know, you'll see the title was still there, but the actual video, when you click on it, it says video removed. So I'm sure they got that wiped away. And this is a whole nother story, a whole nother subject. But why the hell would Diddy be kissing that boy on the lips? I mean, I know Will Smith kissed Jaden, his son, on the lips, but I still don't even, I don't know, because people will get mad being like, oh, girl, you weird. But I just think it's unnecessary. Why are you kissing these boys on their lips, son or not? You know, a forehead kiss or something, hug and stuff, you can show affection, but all that lip kissing, I don't know. I don't know. It's like, and that's not even his son. So that was another problem that I was just like, sir, you're really doing too much. You're really doing too much. Let's see. Right at Bring the Mess TV, seems to me her and her husband's karma is coming with all of this stuff is coming back to haunt them. You can only do so much, because, you know, when people talk about karma, this is what I believe. People always think karma is bad, but it's not. Karma is whatever energy you put out, so shall you reap, right? And Jay-Z has made so many enemies, even aside from the fact of what he's done allegedly with these younger women and stuff. But, you know, the fact that he didn't pay his artists, like how he did Dame Dash, you know, how he cut people out of deals and just stabbed them in whatever he did. You can't get that high up making enemies and not know, you know what they say, the people you see on your way up are the same people you see on your way down, thinking that at some point it's not going to come back to haunt you. It's just not. Good or bad, you do enough good seed, plant enough good seeds, you're going to reap some of the harvest. You're going to reap the benefits. You do enough dirt, baby, it's going to be some blowback. Anybody who talked that fast, lying. Wait, I don't know who you talking about, because I feel like I'm talking fast right now. Let's see. Who you talking about talking fast? Because I want to know. FOMO. A lien on the, yes, that. Why would he put a lien on that woman's house? Because basically he wanted to shut her down. He has the money to, you know, buy you out. He has the money to just shut you up. And that's crazy. But here's the thing. If all of this, if Rymir is able to get this lawsuit going forward, he will get back that tenfold, because all of this stuff, they'll get the money back, whatever situation he caused her to have. You know, the lien on her house, they'll be able to sue for that and show if it was unjust or whatever. I mean, and even if Jay-Z does not want to acknowledge him, Rymir has a book deal, I'm sure, because people are totally going to be interested in this story. Bring the Mess is laughing. A little bit more, a lot more. Y'all know I'm a little bit behind, so I probably don't know what you're talking about. Let's see. I watch all of the movies and TV shows free on YouTube on these Chinese and Indian channels. Yes, girl, I be watching them too. I got rid of my you know that I forget. Comcast. I got rid of that and just started doing stuff online. But y'all, I want you to hear another piece of information that's going to be pretty damning for Jay-Z. And I know Jay-Z is pissed as hell. So we're going to listen to this video. I want y'all to hear what Gene Deal had to say. Now, Gene Deal at this point is a subject matter expert on all of this Diddy Jay-Z stuff because he was the bodyguard, he was around, and people are taking a lot of what he says for truth, right? So I do believe a lot of what he's saying. I don't believe 100% of what nobody say. Hell, I don't even believe myself, okay? But let's listen to G Deal and what he's talking about. So let me share this tab. Okay, I'm getting it right, y'all. I'm getting it right.
I mean, get at him. He was trying to make people in the industry. And I know they're more than friends.
He's talking about when Jay-Z tried to.
I know they're more than friends.
From Diddy.
Even when I knew that Diddy was trying to get at Jay at one time. And when I mean get at him, he was trying to make people in the industry go at him. Because he felt like Jay was going to take more than he was. Whoa. No Diddy. Oh, okay. Lucky, what's up with you, boy? Law student Cali. Sean White. Honey Butter. I'm glad y'all in here to help out. Y'all got to go check out Miss Pleasant and leave a voicemail on that pop-off show. Pop off about anything. And leave a voicemail on that pop-off show. The number is 614-547-3510. That's 614-547-3510. Now, what's good? Andrew Callan, I'm good. Miss Gang Smash. Happy holidays to everybody out there. Jay is trying to portray, and it's by right of his lawyers now to say that him and Diddy didn't have a relationship. That's a lie, and the truth ain't in them, brother. Everybody know that they had a relationship. And y'all have to understand, they got a lot of artists. There's people that came out about them and talking about them artists that they're going to have lawsuits against. The reason they brought Jay into this is to open up the floodgates for people to come out and say what he had did. Oh.
See, that's exactly what I believe too. Busby held Jay-Z's name, but just the mere mention of his name in this lawsuit with this 13-year-old girl, the same way that Diddy got caught up with that Cassie after that Cassie lawsuit, I feel this is all going to backfire on Jay-Z. It's going to backfire.
What he's been doing. See, Tony Busby ain't no fool. Busby ain't no fool. He know if he puts something out there, he'll get 1 or 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 10 cases out of 100 that's legitimately that he could go after them for compensation. So when he bring Jay's name up and brought Jay's name up into that shit, they already had that information. Listen, they already had that information when the girl first filed and told them. Whether it's true or not, I'm not here for that. I knew some of the shit that she said was far-fetched because I was around in 2000. When she said a limousine, I knew something was wrong with that. Because we didn't do the limousines. When she said the gas station, I'm like, she would have to walk about 40 blocks to 96th Street. Or she would have to walk from the east side all the way over to the west side. That may be in the 70s. Those are the only 2 gas stations in Manhattan. Until you get uptown past 110th Street.
Now that's crazy. I didn't even know that Manhattan only had like a couple gas stations. Like, I'm in California and we got gas stations like every couple miles. It's like on every other block, just like the liquor stores. You know, like that's crazy because it's like you would know that there's only 2 or 3, a handful of gas stations. So it must be a few. That was crazy to me.
Now,
That's Jean.
I heard she came out and said she had the wrong dates and everything like that. I'm not concerned with that. I don't really care about that. I'm sorry. But I do know that Jay-Z should have kept his motherfucking mouth closed.
Woo!
Because everybody in the industry, they not going to tell you. They not going to get out and say nothing because we have this no snitching, no telling the truth, or don't say nothing type of culture.
Gene said Jay-Z should have kept his mouth shut.
That only applies to black people or people of color or people of Hispanic origins or Latino origins. But everybody know in the industry that Jay-Z was talking to young girls. See, I know in 99 and early 2000, he was dealing with Beyonce. I didn't know Jay-Z was 30 years old though. And Beyonce was 17 and 18. I guess she liked going fishing. She liked going fishing, Gene? Oh, no. That wasn't that old. That wasn't that old, right? She being 17, 18, and Jay being 30. She wouldn't catch worms then, right? I'm gonna ask some of the ladies. See, Jack could have told it, but I saw it.
Chris, that's what they're saying. I was watching another content creator who has been just keeping up on this, and apparently, allegedly, there are other cases or people did make allegations against him. So we'll just have to see if BuzzFeed comes forward with those cases. But yeah.
Personally, I was there at the clubs, at Eugene's, at the next games. Oh, Miss Gang Smash say, yeah, that's too old, Gene. Yeah, I'll beat a motherfucker ass try to talk to my daughter. He that old. She's 17, 18 years old. That nigga in his 30s. Oh, nigga, don't let me catch you. Well, Aaliyah, I don't know how old she was back then before she died. But they had a funny little relationship. I don't know if it was Jay or Aaliyah. I mean, Jay or it was Dame and Dame. Dame had her first.
Chris, she did say that. She did. She said she ran to the gas station after. See, and I'm just trying to conceptualize, like, if she left, like, but when he said there's only 2 gas stations, that kind of threw me off because he's from New York, so I'm assuming that he knew.
No, Jay had her first. One of them had her. One of those Rockefellers was rocking her. Because they was at the Bad Boy versus Rockefeller baseball game that was in the Hamptons. I think that was the last event she went to. Bella Rose, I think Dane was after Jay, or Jay was trying to get her, and Dane took her or something. Hey, Danny D, what's up with your mama? So now, I mentioned this before, and this is what people don't understand, and people try to say, well, gee, why you ain't say nothing to Jay because he was talking to that young girl back then? Nigga, I didn't know Jay was old like me. I did not know Jay was in his 30s like I was in my 30s. I was about 35, 36. No, I was 35. I didn't know Jay was 30.
Now, I can't imagine that Jay looked that much younger than these other guys. Like, if y'all was kind of running in the same circle, you kind of know that I've hung around, women that were much younger than me. And you know, just by their conversation, because things come up, even though you might not know their exact age, but I just can't believe these men didn't know that he was messing around with these young girls.
Yo, Jay used to pick up this young girl around our block. Fine, beautiful, hair all the way down to her back, red bones, young girl. She got it from her mama. We know she was 16 years old, but niggas ain't know Jay was 30. You ain't checking no nigga birth certificate back then. And y'all understand what I say. Redman used to come through our block. He was talking to these fine girls down on 112th Street. You could always catch him on 112th Street between 7th and St. Nick. Nigga be like, yo, Redman down the block. All right, cool. Hope he make it off the block. In that spot down that way, that's where No Fear was at. Look at eyes to eyes. Eyes to eyes. Like, yo, if you 13, you could be somebody's daddy.
Chris, you ain't lying. He wasn't gonna say ish because not to knock the man, but hey, we got to keep it a buck. Look how he talking about the girl now. If she was a kid, then she was still 16. I mean, you talking about her in the past tense, and got it from a mama. So that's what you guys did. Maybe y'all wouldn't mess with them, but you're still looking at them with kind of slippery eyes. And yeah, he wouldn't have done ish about it. I mean, you had a job to do. I get it, but yeah, wasn't nobody saying nothing to Jay-Z back then.
Yeah. So my whole thing about it is this. Niggas ain't know people ages at that time. As far as the men who was coming through the different blocks, scooping up those girls.
I don't believe that.
You didn't know their age.
Y'all knew. Because I'm sure they laughed about it.
Somebody say no hair on their face. Those young girls think that you are young. So when I'm seeing Jay.
Girl, exactly. Red bone, hand down her back. Like she's a grown ass woman. You still talking about a child, a 16-year-old, got it from him. Like, you're not describing a kid. You're not, like, even if I were to describe something, an event in the past, it's a way in which you talk about it, because yes, it sounds like it's lustful over a child. You are giving us or painting the picture that this was a sexy little girl. And I know some girls develop fast and develop and everything, but you still gotta, it's still, even how you talk about it, it just lets you know the mindset that these men were in back in the day, and it was acceptable and it was okay. So the fact that he didn't say anything to Jay-Z, we know why you didn't, but don't play us like that, okay? But I feel like it's gonna come back to haunt Jay-Z, because Gene has a lot of intel on him.
On Beyonce, or dealing with her, messing with her, they at the club together and all that shit like that. They was trying to be discreet, but them young girls, they give it up all the time. The way they look at them when other girls walk over, they try to just turn their back so they don't see it, or they try to play with. She try to play dance with Michelle and all that. So you being security and you're the only bodyguard there for all of them, you check out shit, you see shit. I'm like, damn, either she liking Jay or they fucking around heavy.
Now, interesting that he could be in a bodyguard. You have to be perceptive and pick up and have intuition about all the things around you, but y'all don't have any inkling that this 30-year-old man is messing with a 16-year-old. Interesting. And nobody talks about it. Everybody knows that she's her age, but don't nobody say, this man is 27 at the time, I think, or something like that, allegedly, damn near 30. You mean to tell me he looked like he was even of 18 or 20 years old to be messing with a 16-year-old? That's crazy. And I told a story yesterday about, I have a cousin who got a stat RAPE charge. He was 18 or 19 messing with a 15-year-old in Louisiana. So, and that, that's close, but it's still against the law, right? So I can't imagine that you're talking about a man 27, okay, who's almost 30, and y'all didn't put the pieces together. I'm not buying that one.
We call that involuntary eye and facial expressions, that your emotions take over your emotions take over your expressions in your face and your eyes. And we got to go out like this. Tracy Laser is a member, y'all. Hey, Tracy Laser.
Over that.
Tracy Laser.
Right.
Tracy Laser is a member, y'all. Go.
Leah was of age by the time she started.
Tracy Laser is a member, y'all. Yeah, she's a member. She's a member.
Right.
She's a member on the Gene Deal Show.
Oh,
Tracy, thank you for your membership to the Gene Deal Show, mama.
They're starting to say that.
One that came out,
trying to overtalk Gene. That Jay-Z man started talking to Beyonce when she was 16 as well. So that's
how we do it, Tracy. Welcome to the Gene Deal Show.
But y'all, think about this. So now everybody's starting to scrutinize. Remember how they just went down this timeline after Jay-Z tried to deny that he was friends with Diddy, and they started bringing back the old footage. Well, I think it was the Daily Mail just did a piece a few days ago where they have pictures of Jay-Z and Beyonce's space, not showing that they were together, but that they were, possibly on a tour together when she was, I believe they said 16. Now, these are all allegations. We ain't saying it's a fact. But do you guys remember? One thing I do remember, when Jay-Z and Beyonce, when the rumors first started that they were dating, it was real hush-hush, right? Now it makes sense. Because they kept saying, well, Jay-Z's private and da-da-da. No, it's not necessarily that he was private. I mean, the way I see it now, he possibly was private because you started possibly messing with that girl when she was 16 or 17. That's why everything was so private. It just all makes sense now. Why? Oh, because remember, they didn't want to talk about it. And I believe that's because at that time, even though people, dated young girls or whatever, they still knew that it would be a bad look, right? So they never came out and said that they were dating because it was probably too close to her being of age. So it was just like, it was a rumor. It wasn't fact. And he's private. And no, they're not. Maybe they are. Doesn't it make sense now, y'all? I mean, think about it. Now all the pieces are starting to fall together. It wasn't he was so private. Shit, you knew it was wrong.
That's a Tupac quote.
And people was going,
Amy, that's a Tupac quote. Real eyes recognize real lies. Because real recognize real. Oh. That's how we doing it. Chocolate City girl, what up with you, mama? So now, Jay and Puff had some young white girls. Because whenever they meet up with each other, how your skinny white girl doing? Don't nigga, how your skinny white girl doing? Oh, my skinny white girl is good. What about yours? If yours good, you know mine's great.
Now we down to the white girl thing. But anyway, hey, hi, hello there, 100. Exactly. That's my point. So him and Beyonce, just remember how back in the day, okay, so if you guys remember, Beyonce used to be very much so doing interviews. She has an interview with Aaliyah. There's a lot of old clips of her early on in her career with Destiny's Child and everything. A lot of them have been scrubbed. Now, some people are saying it's because she got so much criticism for the way that she spoke. Wendy Williams used to talk about the way she speaks all the time, that she wasn't articulate, all of that stuff. I get it. But if you think about it, it was more around, if you look at it around the 2000s, and I'm assuming that was the time that she may have gotten with Jay-Z, where her image started to be where she's more private. She doesn't give interviews. When she broke away from Destiny's Child, everything behind the scenes was probably that it was at that time that she was dating Jay-Z. Now, Jay-Z used to give more interviews as well, because I remember he talked a lot back in the day, in the 90s, Tupac, Biggie. He used to be doing everything. But then I think as his relationship with, again, this is hindsight. At that time, it didn't make sense to me. But if you look back, just like you're saying, hi, hello there, it's like because of that illicit relationship, I'm going to say, I think that's when they started to say, we're getting too many questions, because they were always getting questions. Remember when they did that Bonnie and Clyde? People were saying that they were dating them, and it was like, oh, we're just doing business. That's why they were being so secretive, I believe, allegedly. That's what they say. But I totally agree with you on that one.
That's how they was doing it. Everybody's saying thank you, Tracy.
Chris, whose parents?
That's what we going. Yo, we going out like that, SBJ. That's what we doing at SBJ.
Chris,
SBJ, that's how we doing it.
Are you talking about the 13-year-old girl?
Okay, I'm reloaded.
Can you put that in the chat? Or which girl are we talking about? Because if it's the 13-year-old, remember her dad says he doesn't remember. And if it's Beyonce, yes, Matthew Knowles knew about her.
Listen to me.
Dating Jay-Z, apparently.
Let me get you out of here, because you don't need to be on here. Because if you think I've been disgruntled on anything in my life, you out your rabbit ass mind.
Yeah, there's some stories. Maybe I can try to go back and find them for you. But there's some stories about Matthew Knowles and how he used to get upset when the girls would go on tour and some of the guys would try to get with them. I forget one of the groups. It was a male R&B group, and they were on the road, and Matthew didn't like it, but they said, and I'm probably not getting this exactly, but he didn't mind her being with Jay-Z. And the rumor is that, and I don't like how people portray it, but that he pawned her off on Jay-Z, or he gave her to Jay-Z. I don't think that's the case. I think he allowed Jay-Z, had some ideas about how he could take Beyonce to the next level. And so at that point, like many other parents, just think about how those young ladies with R. Kelly, as Azriel, remember her, and how their parents and what's that girl's name? I know it's not Jocelyn. I forget her name, but you know the other girl. Remember he had those two girls. R. Kelly had those two women, Jocelyn, whatever her name was. The parents were very much involved. They saw things. They would take them to these men. And so with Beyonce and Jay-Z, Matthew Knowles was very much her manager at the time. Remember, because he was managing Destiny's Child and everything. So he was very much aware of Beyonce's working relationship with Jay-Z. So I believe that they knew, just like everybody said, Aaliyah's family knew about her and R. Kelly. It's like people kind of turn a blind eye when there's millions of dollars involved, you know, stardom and money. So I believe they knew. I mean, I can't say for a fact, but
find somebody else to play with. My user probably already got you out of here. My moderators, anybody got some shit to say to me or say about me? Yo, y'all get them motherfuckers out of here. I don't give a fuck what it is and who it is or whatever. They don't need to be here.
Uh-oh. Now he get mad.
Because disgruntled? Nah. Nigga, I worked for the Division of Parole for 27 years. Worked for Elite Investigation for 15 years.
Okay, I'm just waiting for one last part, and then
I'm telling y'all stories. I'm telling y'all shit that happened back then, and it doesn't matter. These niggas is entertainers. They want you to know their truth. They want you to know their story.
They don't want us to know that, though. Jimmy.
That's why they entertain.
They don't want us to know the dark side. They don't. They don't. And Jay-Z gonna be on your ass in a minute.
Sean, I thought that they could have spearheaded that whole thing with Diddy them long time ago based on that Jonathan Odie conversation that he had with the authorities. But because Diddy was protected by the same folks that had gotten at him now and put all this information out about him.
Just like Usher's mother, same thing, right?
Wasn't allowed to do their job.
Same thing. A lot of those parents.
And now they're going to use some of that information to get him, but they could have been got him because they had enough information back then when Jonathan Odie had that conversation with him, but they weren't able to do anything because you can't touch certain people at certain times. I had a meeting with Global Media Corporation, and it was a big dude. He got like 2 movies on Netflix right now. He took me down there. We had a meeting with them. I'm not going to give you his name, but he'll come out and say, yeah, we had that meeting. In that meeting, they said, we can't touch Diddy. That's way before y'all saw me on YouTube. He said, we can't touch Diddy. But we like that information you said about Russell Simmons. You got more? They said that. So that's your $20 answer, Sean. Salute to Sean. He got one of those big YouTube shows doing his thing out there.
That's that guy, Sean Atwood, that Jaguar be going on his channel now. that everybody says she dumped the black people for.
I saw a lot of shit, you know, and what I mean that because you gotta see. I saw Diddy doing dirty shit to the people that he was supposed to care for and the people that he was supposed to love.
Bring the Mess TV. Don't it always work that way? It's like, oh, you one of us until you piss us off. Like they said about Michael Jackson, talking about, you know, when he had all that plastic surgery and he was white, and it was like, we gonna remind you just how much of a ninja you really are. It happens all the time. Don't ever get it twisted. You're not. Okay? You're gonna get but so far, and don't forget your place.
You understand? Now, all that shit about spiking bottles and all that shit, that wasn't on my watch. You understand? But I know some of his friends and them used to do the same shit. Because I got caught up in it when they spiked me.
Now they
and I woke up in the fucking on 12th Avenue in my car, knocked the fuck out.
Mm-hmm. Gene, they done got you too, boo.
Hey, Crystal Evans. OG Patrice, what's up with you, mama? So now, when Jay used to come and pick up the little girl from our block, you didn't know Jay was I'm thinking about spiking bottles and all that.
Listen to what he says, y'all. Let's listen again. Okay, I went back too far. Listen to this part. This is the part right here.
Thank you, Rodney Ruffins. Appreciate that, Rodney.
Right here, y'all. This says it all. I think he says, hey, OG Patrice.
What happens is that, man, people ask me to go on people's shows. I don't do free shows. I don't do free nothing for nobody. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna do something for what you call them, and then I was like, yo, man, get the fuck out of here. You know, that's because they had did something that relinquished a lot of pain that I had. And that when Clark Kent got on Math Hoffa's show and said what he
said. Did I go too far?
This is my time, this is my story. And people don't even.
Let me see.
That's up to her mama and her daddy. Sorry. Thank you, Rodney Ruffins. Appreciate that, Rodney.
Yeah, I remember that. He bought rights to, was it the Beatles? The catalogs, yes.
What happens is that, man, people ask me to go on people's shows. I don't do free shows. I don't do free nothing for nobody. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna do something for what you call them, and then I was like, yo, man, get the fuck out of here. You know, that's because they had did something that relinquished a lot of pain that I had. And that when Clark Kent got on Math,
he didn't. You know what? I wasn't quite sure what he was trying to say. Because it sounds like he was saying that Diddy was in the room for them, doing some stuff. But it was
thought, nah, man.
Yeah, I never quite understood what.
But I don't do free shows
other than Ja was in there.
I don't do free shows for nobody.
Stuff with another. I thought it was
my time. This is my story. And people don't even. They don't even touch the. They think the Diddy shit, man. When I'm telling you, I was there. And me and 50 had a conversation after he got shot, before he got shot, and he came to my house. Nobody asked anything about the 50 Cent thing. Nobody asked the stuff that I was doing with and for Fat Joe. You know, I got 2 books out with a lot of information in there, and you get I only had 1 or 2 interviewers that got into those books like that. And they were from overseas. I've always been a wealth of information. I've always been a person that helped a lot of people. I've helped a lot of people in this industry. Help people get their jewelry back.
Yeah, listen, I done probably missed the point. But what I wanted y'all to hear, it was when he was saying,
Chris Carter,
when Jay-Z picked up the little girl.
You warned us years ago. I'm still waiting on the cookbook. Love from.
I think I passed it.
Oh, Chris.
My bad. Well, let me see. Anyway, I'm not going to keep boring you guys and going back if I can't find it. But
out the way. So
hopefully y'all heard what he said. He said nobody knew how old Jay-Z was when he was coming to pick that little girl up. And that's just unbelievable. Because if, you know, just the way he described her, and I don't care if you didn't know his age, a group of, so you mean to tell me a group of grown ass men, because I'm going to assume it's more 3, 4, 5, a group of y'all. Nobody thought to think, interesting. This man is, he's not 30, but he's an adult, and he's up here trying to mess with this girl or pick her up. I just can't believe that it didn't cross their radar. That's just unbelievable to me. But so Chris says Gene didn't clear it up, so I guess he wanted us to, because you know when people are making those allegations, you know you make the story a little salacious, you know, so you kind of spice it up, but then it's sort of like you like saying, well, I'm gonna say this much, but I ain't gonna cross the line because I might be embellishing. I'm not saying that he is, but because sometimes you got to back this ish up, right? So, you know, maybe he just wanted us to to think or imagine that it was like that without going all the way over the board, as my daughter used to say when she was little, over the board. But some took it as he was saying he was, and they were getting busy with women. Oh, wait. Okay, so when I heard Gene say the story, I assumed that he was saying that they was in there like swapping or running a, you know, choo-choo, doing something like that. But I never made the connection that he was trying to say that Ja Rule was. Although I would listen, half of these men now, I'm assuming they were. You know, I'm just saying, I don't know. But I didn't. I think it crossed my mind, but I wasn't sure. I ain't gonna lie. Well, Gene did say they have white girls, and apparently that victim, they think she is. Yeah, girl, she clearly is. I mean, well, in my opinion, I'm just judging it on the shadow, but just based on the and y'all. The funny thing about it, because if you look at the interview, the way she sounds and just her shadow, I don't know how you can judge from a shadow. But hell, the shadow look old to me. I'm like saying this lady looked to be very much so in her about 40s or 50s, because they said she was 38. But just, you know, and I think there maybe because she's autistic, but that's a whole nother subject. But I just felt just that shadow looked more mature than 38 to me. I don't know what a 38-year-old shadow looked like, but it to me don't look like that. I'm just saying. Bring the Mess says, growing up in my hood, that was a flex. Older men pick you up. I mean, girl, we ain't gonna lie, because me too. I went out with a, you know, a little bit older. I think I was 17, because I couldn't really start dating until I was like over 16. But I went to the game, the Warriors, you know, because we're in the Bay Area. And I had a little guy, he had a little Cadillac, you know, and he was, 20? I mean, but it wasn't like that far apart. You know, he came to my house and stuff. So, yeah, it was a flex because they had cars. The other guys, we were on the bus, right? And no lie, because y'all know, we all ladies here, we all know that's part of your validation when you're in high school. What boys can you pull? Because you got the pretty girls, and everybody wants to be one of the attractive ones and all that stuff. So yeah, that was important. You wanted to pull a guy who had a car. Oh, okay. So Chris says, I don't think that was her. That's what because I was like saying, this sound like an old woman. She sound older than me, child. Okay, so you think they use a voice box. Okay. Bring the Mess TV is laughing. You don't think that was her? Now, see, that would be a problem, though, when they go back and they subpoena the records or the interview. They're gonna want to know, like, why would they do a body double? And I'm not disagreeing with you. But I'm just saying that if they did something like that, all of those things are going to go against them, because remember, Diddy is arguing that they're putting this stuff for the court of public opinion so that he can't get a fair trial, that they're trying to what's the word, prejudice the jury against him. You know how they put out information to make you look bad. So if they did that, Chris, that's going to be bad for them. Because they're going to be like, why did you, Busby, why would you put this fake caricature? You got this old woman, fake shadow, like, for public sympathy. And then remember, she was gesturing and all of that stuff. Yeah, that's not going to be good for Busby if he did something like that. That would be a backfire. I don't know if that, you can't really say that would be something that could cause a mistrial, but it would be a problem. Has Busby confirmed that? Good point. Okay, co-counsel. Okay. Y'all know I used to be a litigation secretary, so it's funny that I love it, because that's how that is how attorneys, when they have these big cases, the partners and the associates, they will sometimes, if it's the case, a high profile case like this, they will actually have banters where they will try to poke holes, especially when they're getting prepared for trial, like pre-trial preparation, where they will talk about, just like you said, well, did he confirm such and such? Good point, counsel. Like, yeah, so that was a great point. I like that. I was 19 dating my mom. Oh, wait, Freedom. I remember you said that before. He was 40 and picked me up on a boat. Girl, your mom had to know because it was her boss. Okay, did you sneak out, or did he have the audacity to come and knock on the door? But you was 19 though. So, you were grown. You were a young woman. So, yeah, you weren't underage, but damn. Chris says, in this so-called quote from her father. Oh, now, Chris, good point, though, because somebody else called it out. I don't know what I was watching, but it really kind of changed my perspective. It is possible, because I was like, well, if the dad said it didn't happen, he don't know, then this is all lies. But I don't know where my little legal beagle mind was. What if the dad took a payout? I got to cough, y'all. 1 second. Hold on. Let me. Okay, y'all. What if, because somebody made a good point. What if the father actually took a payout? I don't know why I had blinders on, and I did, because usually I try to, be objective and look at all angles, just to derive a possible outcome. I did not even think that the dad could have been bought out. So that's an excellent point. Are you an attorney? No. Yes, but conspiracy thought, LOL, who said Busby put her up to that interview? Okay, good point. But some people, now I don't recall like I said, I be listening to so much, reading so much. And I wanted to challenge this, but somebody said that Busby was there. I'm just going to say a big YouTuber said that, because I said, well, why would Busby allow her to get up there like this? Because now their whole case looks like it's falling apart in court of public opinion, because ultimately it's the judge who makes the decision. But if y'all think about it, remember, Alex Spiro has been asking for this to be dismissed like expeditiously, as T.I. would say, immediately, if not sooner, and the judge has not dismissed it. Another point on that is it could be because of the holidays or whatever. People are on Christmas vacation and stuff like that. But I don't believe that. It's interesting that there has been no movement in terms of the dismissal on behalf of Jay-Z. I'm just saying that leads me to believe like, why? Because if the judge really could see the glaring inconsistencies and thought that it was enough or egregious enough that this isn't a case, it should have already been dismissed or Jay-Z removed, and like I said as well, and once Jay-Z gets removed, then it would fall apart against Diddy as well. But apparently the judge ain't throwing it out yet. What if someone else planned all of this as a way to sway the public? Girl, you wrote pubic, girl. I know my glasses, but you wrote pubic. I'm just playing with you. I'm playing with you. What if someone else planned all of this to sway the public? Like who, though? There's only two people that would have a huge interest in this, that are at the helms of it. The two potential people that stand the most to lose, which would be Jay-Z and Diddy. So if they had, oh wait, are you trying to say Busby is throwing the case on behalf of Jay-Z and Diddy? Because I've heard that as well. That could be. I was thinking that about the father. Yeah, I wasn't thinking that way at first, but now that I'm seeing that you never know who's paying off who, that's a possibility. It is. I heard okay, so if he's on vacation, okay, so, but usually, I don't know, I guess it depends on who it's assigned to, but if there was an emergency order, there could be an emergency order, right? Somebody else at the court who could do it on his behalf in the absence of judge so-and-so, blah, blah, blah. So I don't know, but okay, let's see what happens. And how long is he going to be on vacation? And when is he getting back? And you're holding up, progress. So we need you to get on top of this. If he was there, wouldn't he sit with her during the interview? Especially, that's what, see, again, those were my thoughts. And generally, attorneys would not sanction something like that, because everything you say can and will be used against you. But the only reason that I think that maybe he did know, because he did not come out and say, we advised our client not to speak to press, because usually they tell you not to. I'm sure most cases, even let's say at your job or something, if something happens, they tell you, don't talk to the media, let the legal team handle that. So I don't know. And if she was autistic and all of these other things, I would think that he would be cautious to have her say anything. Yeah, I mean, it's not on record, so anything that she says can kind of be tossed out, because again, it's not under sworn testimony. But it's just kind of, I thought the same thing. Like, why would he allow her to do it? Oh, but the reason I thought that it may have known is because he said, oh, well, she was vetted by another law firm. So to me, just him saying that she was vetted by somebody else did not tell me that he was against her doing that interview. You know what I mean? Like, instead of him saying something like, oh, well, she was vetted and she made some mistakes, I feel like he would have said, well, I told my client not to do it, because she was not properly coached. Because when you have the depositions, before they do the depots, they give you you role play. They will ask you questions and prep you. So I just thought, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. This one has me stunned. Oh, oh, Crystal, you talking about the public, okay, where you missed the L. And I'm just teasing you. I'm just having fun. Remember, these judges are prejudiced and don't like. That's a fact too. Judges are human, so I don't even know why people think that just because they're a judge that they are colorblind, because they're not. The unconscious bias happens all the time. I mean, especially, I know in the last 10 years, the judges and the attorneys, they have to do more what is it called, bias training, because they do have biases against particular ethnic groups and stuff like that. So they're trying to be more diversity and inclusive, all that stuff. But like 20 years ago, it was even worse. And it's only in the last decade or plus that they're really trying to hold them to be more accountable. So yeah, I totally agree with you. Totally prejudiced. And yeah. Because girl, you making a great point. Not that it's the judge, but look at the Luigi Mangione, the one who did the CEO. Girl, these women is trying to let him out. He fine. And that's all unconscious bias, because he's good looking, because he's a white male, because he's smart, because he was supposedly intelligent. But he's a red rummer, unaliver. But y'all want him to, I get that y'all don't like the way these healthcare systems are treating us, but this man unalived somebody. It could have been somebody that you loved, and y'all okay with that because he good looking? See, yeah, it's crazy. You said major typo. Yes, it's fine though. I didn't trust that interview. Something didn't feel. You know what? I didn't trust it either. But then I thought, because I was thinking, how did they find her? Like, if she was anonymous, if she was a Jane Doe, how did the media get her information? And so if the media is getting leaks like that, where they know her identity, whomever went to interview her, then other stuff is being leaked as well, right? I mean, clearly other stuff is being leaked. You say he said that, or someone else claims Busby said that. Did he post it on his IG page or website? I read it. I read it in a news article. And I'm going to say, I trust most of the things that I read in particular publications like Media Takeout, not so much, even though I report it. I mean, it's 50-50 with Media Takeout. But, the certain things like CNN News and things like that, although they make mistakes as well, but they do tend to vet their sources more clearly. But I did read it. I read it. But, ma'am, if I need to, I could try to find it for you. How did they? I don't know. But if it's not, Chris, if it's not her, their ass is going to be grass, because they're going to have to, whoever did it, whoever set that up. Well, maybe, I don't know. Well, Busby did not come out and say that wasn't my client. But if she was a shadow, how would you know? Because that is just so convoluted. But again, if it was fake and it could be pointed back to Busby's firm, that's going to be a problem for the plaintiff side, I think. Because then again, you're going to say, Diddy and Jay-Z's teams are going to be able to say, trying to taint the jury pool and to obstruct justice and paint a particular narrative. And you're not supposed to do that. So I don't trust I don't either. The one thing I will say, working with attorneys, which is crazy to me that people think, people be saying stuff like, oh, they are only trying to get to the truth. No, their truth is to defend or to defend their client, what is in the best interest of their client. Their job is to win their case. It is not about truth. It is about who has the best argument, billable hours, and can I get paid? people think it's so emotional, and it's like these attorneys. And I was a secretary, so I would see behind the scenes, like these attorneys will fight in front of the clients and go out to lunch. Okay. But in my personal experience, just this is what I know about attorneys, which is heartbreaking. I shared this story before that my cousin was unalived, and I just happened to get on the elevator with the district attorney and the defendant's attorney, and they didn't know who I was. Right? We all got on the elevator together, and they said, "All right, we're here for the blah blah case." Right? My cousin's last name. And the other attorney says, "Yeah, man, I know." And they kind of laughed or something. He said, "We're just going through the motions." I forget because it's been some years ago, but essentially, once they got into the courtroom, they were going at it with each other. But I had just seen them on the elevator saying, "Yeah, we just going through the motions," like, and I wanted to just melt in the elevator because it's like I literally heard them let me know that y'all don't give a shit. You just showing up to do your job, and we did not get justice. Okay, the person who committed the crime, went free. His handprints were found on her neck, but his argument, which was a good one, was the fact that they had been physical and made, had romance, and that's why his handprints, because she was smothered and choked to death. So that's why. So I know what attorneys do, Yeah. Busby posts on his social media all the time. Why didn't he tell her she was interviewing? I know. Listen. Because there's another John Doe rather, that came forward who was represented by another law firm. So I don't know what these guys are doing, because generally you wouldn't have these people come forward, especially if you're trying to keep them to remain anonymous. It doesn't make sense. There you go. Lawyers are professional liars. That's all they are. And I always tell the story of how it would just gall me that these gullible people would call the attorneys, right? Because, their job, they want your money, especially the law that I mostly did was contract law and stuff like that, corporate law. So basically, mechanics lien and stuff like that. So what they would do, this is the people. So, attorneys are good schmoozers, right? Because, they have to make the clients happy. It's billable hours. It's the money, the big money. So these guys, and predominantly white guys, right? These people would think that they're friends with the attorney. So the attorney is talking to them. Because remember, we used to have, I don't know what they do now because I haven't done it for years, but we would have to do the billable hours, like each, however many minutes you were talking to the client, that's how they billed it every quarter, I think, 15 minutes or whatever. So people would be on the phones with the attorney, not understanding that when you're talking, that's a billable time. And so they could literally be talking about a recipe, giving the attorney a recipe, shooting the shit about the attorney's business, but they're still being charged for it. So, for example, if you're talking to attorney Busby and you talking about his skiing trip or something, you're not realizing that phone call, even if you talk for 15 minutes about Busby ski trip, baby, once that phone call ends, we're calculating that our time, you're billed for that time, because attorneys bill you for billable hours. Every minute you on the phone with him that they can calculate, you getting charged for it. And I just thought that was so unfair, because people, they don't write in the notes, "Oh, we spent the last 7 minutes talking about the recipe or his grandson's Christmas recital," but you're getting billed. It's just terrible. Thank you. I appreciate that, girl. Yeah, it's to be honest, yeah, Alameda County. Crystal. So that's where my cousin was unalived. Alameda County at the Sage Hotel. If you know anything about Oakland, you can see it's crazy because where she was found, we had to drive by it all the time. Yeah. It was. And they don't plan to solve cases. And another thing that we found out with my cousin's situation was the attorneys, they later apologized. One of the detectives, he said that because my cousin, her dad, he owned a cab company back in the day when, cabs were a little bit bigger back in the day. So he owned a cab company, but at the time that she was found unalive, they didn't know. They didn't know who she was. So they didn't take good evidence and everything. And so maybe months into it and everything, one of the lead detective, he told my mother, because it was my mom's sister, her daughter, he told my mom that they just thought it was another Oakland red rum, because we got to be careful what we say. So they didn't take the evidence as good as they should have. They just thought it was another drug related incident. Here's the thing, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what y'all thought. It was just it was a person who lost a life, who had a family. And, so just another little girl on this block. It doesn't matter. Everybody should be treated as important, even if you thought she was a prostitute. And, not that she was, but regardless of whatever you thought, because she was found in a motel, that just shows you they don't care. They don't care unless you have some money. And like these Diddy cases that are, if these people did not think, I'm talking about Busby, if these attorneys didn't think there would be a payout, excuse me, guys, hey, they wouldn't be pursuing it either. Because, people are talking about he took it for free. No, he didn't. He's taking these cases on contingency because he knows the people that he's suing, he can get a big payday. I read something that the total of these Diddy cases is based on the number of accusers. We're looking at $400 million or something like that they're talking about, this overall case with all these different accusers. That's a lot of money. And I'm thinking, where did they get that number from? That sounds very inflated to me. I mean, because you can unalive somebody and not get nothing, not get near dollar cent, and get less time than they trying to give Diddy. Not to say that he's right, but I'm just saying. Oh, thank you, Nicole. I mean, Chris. Thank you, Chris. Thank you. And to be honest, my family has healed from this. And I do talk about it sometimes. I try not to bring it up, but I guess I bring it up because I just know how the system is. But honestly, I'm okay that she's gone, because her life, she was crazy, child. Like, I'm not saying it in a bad way. My cousin was wild. And so at least we don't have to worry. Like, if we had to worry years about where is she, not knowing what happened to her, I think that would be more excruciating for our family. And the way that I'm able to compartmentalize it and deal with it was to say, we are all going to die. And so now I know that she's at peace and she's okay. The way that she left this earth was probably tragic and, horrific, but, everybody's going to die. So that's the only way I could deal with it and keep my sanity. I mean, it's been some years now, so I'm fine, but I had to be able to find peace, and that's how I made my peace with it, or else it would drive me crazy. I know plenty of cases not handled properly. They're so glad they are getting. Oh yes, ooh, it's bad. Yeah, and this was a while ago, so even before the current DA, very bad. They don't. If you black girl, they don't care. Exactly. Right. I mean, they do that. There's so many young women that have had situations like this. That's why when people talk about Cassie, I feel for Cassie, but I also know there are a lot of young black girls who have been victimized that y'all, not you guys per se, but that people don't give a ish about. Cassie we witnessed her get beat up in the the hotel, and it's horrible. But there are girls, young girls, younger than what we saw of Cassie that are being brutalized every day, and people don't give a ish. They call them prostitutes. They don't care. That's what they get. Why don't you get a real job? I mean, they treat them like garbage. So when I see people like being sympathetic to her, I'm like, why don't y'all be sympathetic to all of these thousands of girls, Black girls and Latino girls out there from horrible homes that's getting PIMP'd out? Y'all don't care nothing about them. It's really a double standard. But anyway, y'all, I appreciate y'all being here with me tonight. Thank you. We got to keep our eyes on what's going. Now, y'all jump in East 14. Yes, East 14 people pass by every day. Yeah, East 14th. Remember, San Pablo used to be the stroll back in the day, and East 14th is terrible. Yep, it's getting worse. And I think, Chris, over by it's the place where it's really bad now. Oh, that is International Boulevard. You're right. It's because I'm thinking about over by like East 12th Street, that area. It's just like the whole stroll, basically. The whole stroll. They don't care though. They'll do nothing. Good night, Bring the Mess TV. Again, y'all go check her channel out. She says she gonna start doing videos again. I don't know. But I be coming to check every now and then when I, and so give us some content. Give us some content, girl. And if you want to come up, you want to come up and do a show or something, let me know. Just hit me up on TLGG if you want to co-host a show. Let me know. We could do something together. East 14, yeah, international now, yes. Girl, yeah, okay. I'm gonna turn the pressure down, but 2025. Cause you see how I get up here fumbling and stuff. Girl, Chris, I have to give you a heart again. Cause let me see right there. Y'all, cause I was up here for 5 or 10 minutes. I'm just up here. Chris was like, are we supposed to be hearing something? I'm like, oops. So, and that's some minutes into the show. So I really appreciate you. Thank you for hanging with me. Y'all giving me courage. Bring the Mess TV, girl. We gonna come over there. Just give us a date and a time, and we gonna be in your chat supporting you and whoever else, y'all. Anyway, come back tomorrow. Now I'm coming back tomorrow, and it's gonna be quick. But I'm doing the $50 giveaway, and I want to give it to a mother. And people be slick about it, right? People be, because I've had some men try to pretend like they was women, but all you got to do tomorrow will be on. I'm going to just do a quick live, probably after about 4:00. And I'm just going to do a Christmas Eve giveaway for somebody so they could do something cute for their kid or something. So y'all tell your friends, come back tomorrow. Yeah. And it's my Merry Christmas to a young mother, because I've been there and I know when times are hard. And whoever's out there having a sad Christmas, because I know people get depressed around this time, y'all try to get some cheer, find some happy people, read some happy-ish, manifest some good shit, and anybody who was bringing you down in 2024, don't deal with them. You can't control that. Like this thing say, I got my mother told me, and then I'm gonna sign off, you guys. My mother told me I was having a bad day at work. This was about maybe a year ago. And this manager always gave me a hard time. And I was like, Mom, she's stressing me out. And my mother said, and my mother's a mature older woman, she said, honey, you got 99 problems and that bitch ain't one. Okay. And it just helped me get my mind right. So if somebody is bothering you, cut their ass off. They are not in your 2025. And y'all be blessed. And I'll see you tomorrow. Good night. Bye.